The RowdCAST contains adult languages, adult themes, and adult situations. Viewer discretion is advised.
No! No! No!
You are now entering the RowdCAST, an online radio podcast brought to you by me, your host, Rowdy Radloff, live from Toledo, Ohio, doing it like I always do, bringing you the best of the best, often imitated, never duplicated, the one, the only, the motherfucking RowdCAST. From the internet, uncensored, unfiltered, saying whatever the hell I want to say, when I want to say it. You know how this goes. Welcome to the show.
Oh, buddy. What is up, motherfuckers? Rowdy Radloff here. This is the RowdCAST, live from the new studio. We're doing big things. At least that's how I like to think that we're doing big things here. If you've never listened to this, I'm sorry that you've never listened to this, but you need to start listening to the RowdCAST because the RowdCAST talks about what the fuck you want to hear about. So I love each and every one of my people that listen to my shit and get a kick out of this shit as much as I do. I love doing this and I enjoy it. So, when I started doing this about, over a year ago, I just would, vent and talk shit and do whatever I wanted and people would laugh and think it was funny. And now it's turned into something more of, I come and I just kind of speak on things that are plaguing me or a negative energy or something, and I kind of spit it out there, and we have some laughs, and we talk about some weird out there fucking shit, and it's what we do. But it's another Sunday night. I'm now in Toledo, Ohio, relocation, doing big things up here with the job, working on expanding myself and getting out there. So I've been getting real bored, I'm just so busy. I'm trying to keep the podcast, energized and going and keeping new blood and people joining me, and doing things that are interesting to you guys as well as interesting to me, and having the time to squeeze it in it makes it challenging sometimes. So I really am doing the best I can, and I think you guys know that I love doing this thing, and I do it as much as I can to keep everybody fucking in it, and I appreciate all the people that listen on iTunes, all the people that check me out on YouTube, Speaker, I have so many different ways to listen, and I see all the different ways that people are listening. I see the statistics and stuff, so I really appreciate all the love and don't stop. And I always recommend, if you want to participate, I got a live chat going at speaker.com. You just log in and you can type whatever you want. I'm saying, what's up, motherfuckers? And you can be heard while the show's going on. We can just chat it up in the sidebar. So feel free to talk about shit and ask questions, and that's cool. Also, the phone line is back open, 678-209-6564. If you want to call in while I'm doing the show and put your output or input, whatever, input, output, I don't give a shit. But if you want to intervene in the show and say something, feel free to. So 678-209-6564, that will be open till the end of the show. So, what's up? What's going on? What's, I wonder what's new in the world. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of this thing that just happened where these guys, or supposedly just one guy so far, I'm sure we'll find out more about this, but this happened 2 days ago, maybe, I think it might have been Friday when it happened. He loaded up, had assault rifles, and he was in an armored van or pierced, bulletproof van and body armor, and he drove up to the Dallas police station and he just unloaded a couple clips at the police station, shooting at cops, had a kind of a shootout, jumped in his car, and takes off. They finally they catch him and stop him, and they have a standoff with him, and some sniper just like fucking blows him apart with the sniper rifle while he's sitting in his car, having a standoff with police. But crazy, man. That's what I always say about the police. Like, I don't want to have a policeman's job. That doesn't seem like a fun job at all. It seems like a very, very tough job. And, I don't think a normal person can make those decisions and, really taking someone else's life and, you have someone else's life in your hand. I mean, you can pull a trigger and kill somebody. You can, get him on a crime that's going to put him in jail for the rest of his life. That's a great responsibility that's given to you when you're given a badge. And it's easy to say, I would have did this or I would have did that. But until you're actually in that situation and that hairline, hair of an inch, just decision, you have, 0.2 seconds to make that decision, you may react differently than you'd think. It's easy to say this and say that, but you have to sympathize with police a little bit, that they do have a hard job. But do we have a new job for all of us? Like, why would they get to do all the hard stuff? We don't really understand quite how it would work to be a police officer. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta sympathize for them a little bit when you see all this negative stuff. But there's also a lot of cops out there that are doing negative stuff and making it making a lot of people look at the police force negative, because they just had these guys the other day. They raided, I think it was California or something, they raided a dispensary, and when they raided this fucking dispensary, they make everybody lay down on the floor and shit, and it shows them, there's cameras everywhere in this dispensary, shows them eating pot cookies, pulling them out of the wrappers and just eating them while they're going through this place, stealing weed. They're threatening the people that work there and stuff while they're stealing the pot. And I mean, it shows them eating the pot cookies and shit while they're doing their supposed raid on this place. And I mean, yeah, you're gonna arrest someone for one. You shouldn't even be in there for fucking smoking a plant, which is retarded. And you shouldn't even be in there to arrest them in the first place. And then you go in there and you start stealing. You're stealing the merchandise. You're holding them, I don't know if they had their guns drawn or not, but you're still holding them beyond their will. They don't want to be there, and you are stealing. You're stealing their shit and getting high when that's what you're there to prevent, supposedly. I say that with quotation marks. It's really funny, man. It's really odd. So you look at police like that, it's like, oh, this is how it really is, you know? When you think nobody's looking, you kind of do what you want. I mean, that's what people are afraid of, and that's what we keep seeing all the time. But I think I'm getting on a tangent. My thing is that this guy loaded up and had these bombs and stuff. They sniped him, but they still found a bunch of devices or shit that he was going to blow up. And, you know, just like, I mean, there's a war on the police. It almost seems like, you know, a bunch of these people, crazy people, are done with militarized police and stuff like that. And maybe they think they're causes for something greater, you know, but that makes it scary. And, you know, I heard a lot of people saying, well, you know, you bitch about militarization of the police all the time. This is why, you know, this is why we have militarized police. That's why they have the riot gear and the Humvees and stuff, is because, you know, these guys are crazy dudes with armor-piercing bullets and bulletproof vans and bombs and stuff. You know, we got to have something to fight it. You know, and that's a good counterpoint. You know, I can't say I agree with it 100%, but it's definitely a good counterpoint, because you know, that's a hard one for me to debate. Maybe it's right on the money. I mean, I don't know, but to me, it doesn't seem that way. It's I'm sorry, I got lost kind of in that thought. But I want our police to be safe, but in the end, it's still the police. They shouldn't be armies. We have armies and National Guard and stuff for things like that. And I really believe that that's their job. I believe police are there to police. But I want them to be safe. So like I said, that's a fucking hard one. I can't really, you know, that's a hard one to divide. I still think that our rights are being stripped in a lot of ways, and badges are being abused in a lot of ways. I really feel that way, and I hate to see that. I hate to see people, you know, when they don't understand their rights, they just give them up because they don't know any better. They don't know what to say. They just give in. You know, the law is there to be the law. It's not for someone to weasel you into making a mistake, you saying a mistake, and then they capitalize on it, you know, and try to violate you or something like that. You know, I mean, that's what the worry is. That's what you can't help but think about that sometimes, because you see it. You see all these videos of it happening, these cop blocks and stuff like that. It's you know, it's real interesting to see how these people get out of it. And you know, you watch them all the time. It's like, well, yeah, I'll fucking do that next time. I'm gonna tell that cop, fucking don't touch my shit, you know. But it's like, really, then it happens. You don't say shit. You do whatever the cop says because you're afraid, because it's a cop. And I think that's another thing that me growing up, you know, I wasn't the best kid. I did a lot of stupid things, and you know, I gotta say that I was a kind of a bad kid, but I was still a white kid from, you know, Ohio in the sticks, you know, like, but I still had that fear for the cops. Like, you hear black people say that they're scared of the cops, you know, they don't ever think anything good when they see them. I was like that. I still am like that sometimes. And it's something that's like, I think generation to generation kind of, you know, and then younger kids and stuff, you kind of influence each other, and you get that fear at an early age for our police officers. It's like, shouldn't be that way. You should trust those officers to come and help you, but we all have done it where we're sitting in a car and they pull behind you and you're just like, oh shit, your heart races. You were doing something that you probably shouldn't have been doing, and they click right behind you and it's oh fuck. They your heart starts beating like, oh, I hope they don't pull me over. And I'm sure a lot of us have been in times where we've had stuff that we probably shouldn't have had and we got pulled over. It's you want to believe that they're there to make you safe and not to harass you and bust you for having a little bit of weed on you and someone's driving with 10 ounces of heroin right past you, and that's what a lot of people think. It's like, why? But it's not just weed. It's a lot of things. It's meeting quotas, making sure that they meet certain quotas. I mean, that really happens. They write so many tickets because they need to make so much money for the office that week. A lot of these officers and stuff, I think the towns pay for themselves. They pay their own, all the tickets they write, and the money they bring in, the revenue gets spent on the police station or on them. And, why wouldn't you? That's incentive to get people busting the law, doing crime. I mean, it really is. And I worry, about where this world's headed with police force. I hope it gets better, and I hope things are good, and we see what we're doing. But I can't promise 100% and say that I believe that, and that's definitely going on, because some things worry me, and it's I don't know. We'll never know until it happens. I don't know the whole martial law and that kind of shit's happening, but people are definitely have lost a lot of rights since I've been alive. It's just things that, with technology comes, you losing your privacy, and losing your privacy comes losing your rights. I mean, that's why your rights are there, is to give you privacy and let you be private when you'd like to. But I think I beat that one to death. If anybody's listening, what do you want me to talk about? I can't see if anybody's on right now. I'm looking at a different screen. Went and seen Jurassic World on Friday night, so that was interesting. It wasn't bad. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was, they kind of paid homage to the first one, which, if you are a Jurassic Park fan, that's, that it's a homage to what Jurassic Park's all about. It's the first one to ever go back to the main island, and it has the dinosaurs from the first one, I believe. I don't know if the raptors are the same ones. They might be, actually. But the T-Rex is like the same exact T-Rex from the first movie. And I won't spoil it for you, but they just paid a lot of homage to the old. They went to the ruins of the old Welcome Center and stuff, and they hot wired like an old Jurassic Park Jeep, and they mentioned it a couple times about what happened there. So it was kind of cool in that it made you. It was like reliving your childhood again, going to it. I thought it was kind of predictable. It wasn't as new and fresh as I wanted it to be. It was, in a little bit it was, but it was definitely a Jurassic Park movie at heart, I would say. But it was really good. I thought it was excellent for a Jurassic Park movie in 2015. The raptors were sweet. The dinosaurs, for being the CGI, it was pretty awesome. I had a good time. I really want to see Entourage. Entourage is coming out. That looks pretty fucking sweet. Now, I don't know if, trying to look at something real quick. Somebody just sent me. Sounds something else about cops shooting people and all kinds of shit, man. So, once I'm done posting this episode, give me some feedback to this, because I'm using this different program and recording the thing the podcast a little differently. So I'm just wondering about quality, how it sounds. Just going to try some different things out, because this is still the RowdCAST, and I'm still here to take your calls and listen to your bullshit if you want me to listen to your bullshit. I got some other things to talk about when we come back, and but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into a little break. I know I've never really done this before. I'm just going to play a little music, just testing it out to see how it sounds and how it all works. And I'm going to go use the restroom, so we're going to check this out. But if you're still listening, like I said, chat's open. Feel free to chat, and I'll be right back. Taking a break. Yo, yo, yo. Just testing out the old studio, seeing how it sounds. Got a little thunder in the background. Anyways, I wanted to talk about some other shit that I thought was pretty interesting. I don't know if you've been following it, but these dudes that escaped, I believe it was in New York somewhere. Let me check this out real quick. These two guys, like some straight up like Alcatraz shit that escaped from prison. They somehow filed or sold, had like power tools, which how do prisoners in prison get power tools in their cell? It's a good question. I haven't figured that one out yet. But these two dudes, the one dude shot a sheriff like 10 times and killed him. The other guy killed his wife and his kid, I think. But they straight up sawed out of their cell into like tunnels and went out these tunnels. And I swam out. I mean, straight up like what was that movie? The one by Stephen King, Shawshank Redemption, where he goes out the turd pipe. Like, I mean, these guys straight up did it, and I think they still haven't been caught. They're still on the run. But I mean, two dudes that definitely shouldn't be out of prison. It says what I'm reading right here. And like I said, once I'm done with this, let me know how you like the show and what you thought of the sound and how things were recording and stuff like that. So, things sound like shits, let me know. And if they sound okay, let me know. So, like I said, this is all just kind of a test, and why not test it all live? It's a way to do it. It says, as the hunt for the pair of inmates who escaped from upstate New York prison entered its 9th day on Sunday, new details emerged how a female prison worker now under arrest promised to help them in their daring breakout. So this girl that worked there somehow helped these two dudes. Was giving them blades, chisels and blades and hacksaws to get out. She smuggled tools to them for about 5 weeks before they escaped. It's like, if you're a prison guard, why the fuck would you do that? You know how easily they're gonna fucking figure out that you did something. It's all you're all on camera all day, every day. You're acting weird. They're gonna fucking see it, and you're gonna fucking ruin the whole plan. So I mean, to think that you're gonna get away with something like that is fucking pretty stupid. So I don't understand, but these dudes, I mean, daring as fuck. They sawed through the fucking pipes in the walls and got out, and now they're on the run. And it says like they rehearsed the escape, and I mean, they obviously had it all planned. They did some crazy shit, and it's like half of you wants to kind of that they did it and they got away. Like, you want them to do good, or like keep running like the fugitive or something like that. But you have to remember, at the end of the day, those dudes are fucking dirtballs, dude. Killing kids and women and shit like that and killing a cop, that kind of shit. You deserve to sit behind prison walls and think about what you've done and the life that you took. So, I hope they get caught. I hope that they figure out what those fuckers are up to, because who knows where they're at or where they're going. That's fucking interesting. If this week, I think tomorrow, E3 starts. And E3 is the Electronic entertainment expo that they have in California. I think it's in LA. I don't know if they've ever changed it. I'm pretty sure it's always in LA. What it is pretty much the biggest names in the video game industry, and graphics industry and hardware and stuff like that. Pretty much, predominantly video games and game systems. So, as far as if you're a gamer, there's a lot of cool shit about to come out this week of the future of the gaming industry and some of the newer shit that they're doing. I remember that, like, probably a year or 2 years ago, and they showed the Kinect thing and all this shit it could do. Like, you sitting there and shifting the gear while you're driving a race car in your living room and shit like that. It's like, that didn't really happen, though. They still haven't been able to do that yet. Like, to me, I just think that, like, all the shit that they show that you were like, oh, you're gonna be able to do all that. Like, Kinect came out and you still can't do that shit that cool. It's like that all, to hype us up. It wasn't exactly what we thought it was. But it's still cool, and that's what I'm saying. To what's next and what they're talking about now is with the virtual reality and the helmets that you put on. And if they showed you they had some ad about a online theme park, or I don't know if it was online, but a virtual theme park. You put on helmets and it becomes whatever you want, all the rides and stuff. It was really crazy. Like, some of this shit, man, with fucking, I swear the technology, man, it's going to take over the earth. It's going to start fucking getting better than us and smarter than us. And then as soon as the fucking machine realizes, I probably said this before, as soon as the machine realizes that it can duplicate itself or make itself better or smarter than us, it's over. Because they're going to start mass producing themselves and they're going to take over, That's why creating this AI and shit, and these robots and drones and stuff, we have to make sure that we're always one step ahead of them. Because we start making things that are trying to outsmart us. You watch that movie, fucking Ex Machina, dude, that fucking shit's creepy, man. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna fucking take over, dude. Leave us in the fucking dust, dude. And we'll just be a step in their evolution. I mean, we won't be the top of the food chain anymore. Can you imagine that? It can fucking happen, man. that shit wigs me out a little bit. Because we're just going so far technology. Oh, and pretty, there keeps these cops and stuff, and this shit keeps up with cops are always abusing their privileges and shit. They're gonna start putting robots on the street. It's gonna be just like RoboCop. I reference all these movies, but it's really fucking creepy how close we're getting to these movies becoming a reality. RoboCop is fucking, that's real, man. They're gonna make these guys that come back from war and shit that legs are gone or missing arms and shit, make them fucking cyborg, dude. Put a fucking big gigantic robot arm on him, has a fucking cannon on it, and he becomes a fucking police officer. And he is ran by machines, so he doesn't make mistakes. So he's gonna be on the street before the cop is, and then we're really gonna complain. People are really gonna be pissed off because they're gonna be like, man, we would rather have human cops back because these motherfuckers, there's no getting away from them. They'll fucking kill you instantly if you're doing something wrong. There's no ifs, ands, buts. There's no getting out of a ticket or something like that. The robot fucking trying to kill you. It could really happen.